Hi, this is Sherry. I'm coming at you for Angel's Whisper. This is our weekly reading, and I am in a very beautiful location I'm going to let you guys see. This is called Myrtle Creek Gardens and Nursery. I'm in Fallbrook, California. I have been really missing the forest and missing the green. I'm missing Wisconsin. I'm missing the mountains in Sedona. I've been, I went up to Idlewild last week and I felt like I needed to go somewhere fun, and to me this is fun. We have goats over here. One of our first totems, goat totem, speaks about sure-footedness and determination and taking leaps of faith. They also talk about a sacrifice, self-sacrificing, compassionate attitude. You might have to be giving of yourself more in situations in your life than normal. That's one of their messages. I've had really beautiful things showing up while I was walking around. I was walking, where was I? I was down this way, and a hawk flew down through here. The most beautiful hawk, and he's up in the tree. I don't know if he will show up again. And as I was walking up through the gardens, little hummingbirds would come up, and because they're so used to so many people being around here, they just were in the trees and in the flowers, and they were right up in front of me. I was sitting here, and one just came right down here. There's the bee totem. The bee totem talks about getting busy and getting the honey. Hey, buddy. So I'm probably going to pop around a little bit here and there as I'm doing the reading. But so today what I've done is, because I'm sitting here in a public place, and because the wind keeps whipping up and my decks are kind of flying around, I've chosen the cards ahead of time. And we have 3 different decks that we're going to work with. We're going to work with the Psychic Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. We're going to get one message from them. We're going to get Angel's Oracle card by Doreen Virtue. And we're going to have the Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland. And we also have some special cards at the end that by Tony Carmine Salerno that I'm going to bring out, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But what I think I did want to do is, instead of having you guys look at me, I'm going to have you look out at this, because it's too incredibly beautiful. I'll show you the cards, but the background I think I want to focus on is that. Look at the sun up in the clouds. Isn't that neat? Can you guys see that? I don't know. You know what? I do this a lot. People tell me I do that a lot. You do realize when you show us stuff we can't see anything but white. So I won't do that a lot. I'll keep the camera down this way, where the sun's not shining too much, so I'll be able to figure it out. Okay, our first card from the Angel, what is the deck? Sorry, from our daily guidance from our angels. This was my very first deck that I ever worked with. Very first one. Steady progress. We acknowledge you for the progress that you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution that you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. So you can see this one girl in the back. She's got a dove on her hand. That's love and compassion. And then the other one, she's walking in the middle with a light. She's a light leading people forward. And then the one with the flowers in the front, she's it's abundance and giving of herself, gifts of herself. And what Spirit is wanting us to know is that they appreciate the work that we have done, and it's being recognized. And we're going to be, we're being basically congratulated and having our backs basically patted. And they're saying thank you, and we're acknowledging the work that you have done, and that the contribution that you're making in this world, and through your thoughts and feelings and love, like the gifts that we showed of the women who were walking forward in the first picture. And they also want you to understand that you have been making steady progress, that perhaps you've been feeling like in a situation in your life that you're not moving ahead as quickly as you feel that you should, whether this be in a relationship, whether this be in a career, a life path, whatever it is. Spirit wants you to know that you are moving forward. Things are moving forward, even if you can't see it, even if you feel like you should be further ahead than you are. They're recognizing and giving credit to you, and they want you to recognize. They want you to focus on what you have done right, instead of focusing on where you think you should be, or where you would rather like to be at this moment. They want you to focus on how far you've come from where you have, the things that you've learned, the things that you have contributed, the things that you have done for others. Focus on the progress in your life instead of instead of perfection. We shouldn't be perfect. We aren't perfect. we are imperfect beings. You know, we're spirit creatures, but we're in these imperfect human bodies at this time, and so we're far from perfection at this moment in time. And it doesn't have to be that everything is done perfectly. As long as we're following our passion, that's what's important for us. And Spirit wants us to know that we are on the right path. Whatever it is that you have been working towards, you are on the right path. Things are working out, even if you may feel that things aren't moving as quickly as you would like them to be. And they want you to appreciate the lightness of situations instead of the darkness, meaning the doubt and the fear, right? That would be the darkness. And the light is focusing on the good in you and focusing on what you know that you have done right and how far you've come and the successes that you've had. And give yourself credit for the lessons that you've learned. Because as you've gone through these different challenges and basically as you are waking up to and you're moving up to a higher level of ascension, which is what we are all doing as we move forward in our life's path, recognize the light in ourselves. They want us to focus on that instead of focusing on lack or fear or worry. You know, let go of the darkness and focus on the light, the positive aspects. So the next message that we're going to be getting is from John Holland's Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Oops, I'm gonna turn this around. And it is find balance. So you see these little figures in this wheel. So the wheel's moving around and we need to find balance in this wheel. We see a wedding ring, we see a book of knowledge, we see the cup of giving, we see an hourglass. So there's possibly waiting issues that we're dealing with. Blossoming here. So things are, like we said, things are moving along behind the scenes. So that means things are growing, things are moving, even if we feel that it's not moving as quickly. This, to me, there's a little yoga person in here. So it's all about finding balance within the wheel as things are moving forward. So as things are moving forward, even though we may not feel that they are, they want us to know that at this time it's important to find balance. As we found with the goats. You know, the goats, I was saying one of the messages is that the self-sacrifice might be asked of you at this time. So this is maybe matters of the heart, maybe requiring more from you than normal, and it's putting, you know, pressure on you, requiring you to juggle your work and your heart matters and your thoughts, and you're having to juggle things. You might have family gatherings and school commitments and people coming to you for assistance. Maybe the work that you do is people, you know, come and they're asking for advice from you, and yet you've got your own personal things that you're dealing with and your own personal issues and worries and concerns. And so you're having to find yourself balancing all of this. And all of these things are going to possibly be coming at you quickly. Like we said, this is going to require for you to be able to just breathe and balance and remain flexible. And know that you have the ability to keep everything in balance. You can do this. Just like the goat, sure-footedness, you know, the ability to take these leaps of faith. You've got this ability. That's why we saw the totem. I've been also seeing the hummingbird coming up. It'll probably fly up again once we're talking here. The hummingbird talks about accomplishing what's impossible, or what might seem impossible to you or to others, because you look at their little bodies, and their bodies are very big compared to their little tiny wings. So aerodynamically, they shouldn't even be able to fly. So they're able to accomplish things that may seem impossible. So this is what you're doing as you're balancing all of these different things. You also might be called at this time to be a mediator. That's the balance between people. As people are coming to you for help, people are coming to you for assistance. So, doves, a whole flock of doves. That's peace, and take a breath and breathe. That's all about harmony, things coming into harmony. That's wonderful. Compassion and understanding is what's being asked of you right now. That comes as well. There's more doves. Oh, they're just all around us, that message. So there's harmony coming into our lives. Look, harmony and peace. Oh, please tell me that you can see that and it's not just a whiteout. Whatever it is, we just had circles of doves flying around and around above us. It's amazing. That's a beautiful, beautiful sign about harmony. It's a time of people that you might have to be called upon to give of yourself as far as your work, from your heart, in your family. Like I said, being asked to be a mediator, so you have to find a middle ground, or, you know, help others understand different viewpoints. And so while you're trying to juggle all of this stuff, you're the one that's going to have to keep yourself in balance, right? You're going to have to find that, you know, even though you have your own considerations and your own things that you're dealing with, here these people are going to continue to come to you, you know, be it with your work. With me, I have my spiritual work, so I have that happening all the time where people are coming to me, and I have to, you know, keep myself with a positive attitude. I've got to keep myself with a forward-moving thought instead of, you know, getting caught up in the fears and worries and issues that I'm dealing with my own life. I'll give you an example of something that happened last night, as talking about communication and talking about giving of yourself and a lot being required of you. In a personal relationship, I was feeling very overwhelmed and feeling not heard, and I felt like I kept getting speak out, and so I did. And when I did it afterwards, I thought, I'm so used to being compassionate, I'm so used to being understanding, and I actually literally said, you know, I'm so tired of being long suffering and understanding and dealing with this and that and the other, and I blah 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 blah. Anyway, so I was straight. I wasn't mean, but I definitely spoke from my heart, and I asked for what I needed. And then when I finished doing that, I thought to myself, why did you do that? It's Mercury retrograde. Things aren't going to be heard as they're meant to be heard, and you know, maybe it'll be misunderstood. And so I was beating myself up. So this morning, when I got up, I was feeling kind of yuck, you know, and I thought, I need to stop this. I need to fix this for myself, because I'm in control of my life. I'm in control of how things happen. I'm in control tomorrow of what happens because of what I say and do today. So at that time, I decided that I was going to turn it over to Spirit. And I said, this is when I give it to you. This is when I allow you to step in and help me. This is when I am in the firm conviction and knowledge that I'm being guided, and that when I turn to you for help, that you hear me, and I know that I will hear the messages that come to me. This is when I put my trust and faith in you, that things are going to be working out the way they're meant to. Crow, walk your walk, talk your talk, which is what why I'm telling you this. This is what we're supposed to take, be compassionate and understanding, and not expect perfection for ourselves, but this is what we can do to help ourselves. So I thought to myself, okay, I kept going, and I said things like, this is, you know, I am calm, I am centered, I am balance, I am peace, I am loved, I am loving, I am completely guided and taken care of and protected. I know that if I say something from my heart, you're going to smooth the way. You're going to make the hearts of others understand where it came from, because it's coming from a place of love and compassion. It's coming from my heart, and my intention is good. So I'm going to trust that you are going to see to it that the hearts of others are opened up and understand what's coming to them. This is when I trust that everything happens as it's meant to happen. And this is where I trust that all works out as it's meant to. This is where I trust that I am surrounded by loving, peaceful, wonderful people. This is where I draw good into me. This is where the karma brings back to me what I give out. I give out love. Love comes back to me. I give out understanding and compassion, that comes back to me. I give forgiveness, that comes back to me. So I kept going on and on and on, and I slowly just started to just have the most peaceful feeling come over me. And I recognized that, you know, all of this love and affection and attention and giving that I was giving out, I needed to give to myself as well. And so I started to do that. And as I started to do that and recognize that I'm in control of how I feel here. I'm in control of the things that happen to me. And I was able to bring this balance back to myself. And I was able to lean upon Spirit and recognize that I don't have to do everything by myself, that they're there to help us. What else was I going to say? There was another thing that happened. This is just all coming out right now, so I figured I might as well say it. I don't know if this is a woman thing or if it's an Aries thing, but I have a very poor self-body image. I'm very self-critical. I always have been. I'm very insecure with my own, my own self. Very hard on myself, which is wrong. You shouldn't do that, right? You should love yourself. If you can't love yourself first, how are you going to love other people? But I focus outwardly more, and I've recognized that I need to stop doing that. I need to be more. The more you love yourself, the more centered and balanced you become. So I got out of the shower, and I'm standing there, and I started putting lotion on my body, and I started to love my body. I thought, it's time for you to love yourself, Sherry. Good grief! Look at the age that you are. If you don't love yourself now, when are you going to love yourself? So I put lotion on my arms, and I said, I love my arms. I said, I love my hands. I put them on my legs, and I said, I love my legs. I love my feet. I love my thighs. I love my stomach. I love my breasts. I love my face. I love my skin. I love my hair. My hair is shiny. My skin is clear. And then I started to do this is when my skin is clear. This is now where my hair is going to be shiny and healthy. And my hair is long because it's healthy and strong. And if I choose to cut it, I will cut it. It's my choice. I just kept going on and on about self-empowerment and feeling good about myself. And I said to myself, as I looked in the mirror, I love you and I will always be here for you. I will always support you. I will never leave you. I'm proud of you. You are loved by yourself, by you. You don't need to have love from outside. You love yourself. Then I said to myself, this has nothing to do with being conceited. This has everything to do with appreciating the body that you were given and working with it. And if I want my body to be strong and healthy and work for me, then I'm going to treat it with love and respect. So this came out. There was a reason that came out. I guess being compassionate and loving, not expecting perfection from yourself. But it was meant to be said right now. It just flew out of me. So I decided I better just bring that in for you guys. Okay, so the next message I'm going to, and I was going to say, you can use this and do that type of thing in every aspect of your life, and you should. Mantras are amazing. To sit there and positive affirmations are so empowering. You can do this with your work, with your spiritual path. I know that I help others. I know that I'm guided. I know that the messages that come to me are going to come to me at the time when I need them. I know that I'm going to be guided clearly at the time that the messages need to come to people. People are going to hear what they need to hear at the appropriate moment. On and on and on. You can do things like that. That's all self-empowering. So the next message that we're going to get, and I'm going to let you look out and around instead of looking at me, is the Eight of Fire. And it's events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. So this is talking about in all aspects of your life. This could be the work that you've been doing. This could be in your relationships. Whatever this is, it's talking about the work that you've put in. Things are going to start moving forward, and they're going to start moving at a very quick pace. Things are going to basically shift into high gear. And they're saying that past delays are over. Your plans are going to be manifesting swiftly and with energy. You're going to possibly feel, a bit overwhelmed or caught off guard as these activities start coming at you one after another. And it's going to be exhilarating, but at the same time, it might be kind of challenging because all of a sudden it's going to be like, wah! Everything's coming at you at 100 degrees. But it feels good because these are your dreams that are coming true. These are things that you've been asking for in your career, in your love life, in your relationships. They're coming as you've asked. You've manifested this, and now the time is here. But it might feel like you've got too many balls in the air and you're juggling all at one time. So then what you need to do, again, is stay balanced, right? Stay grounded. Keep yourself grounded. One good way is to go out in nature and be in nature like this. This is a good way to be grounded and put your feet on the ground. Go for a walk, keep your hands in dirt, get out in the garden, take a breath. All that you need to do to keep yourself grounded. But at this time, when all of this is moving forward for you, they're saying this is going to be a time that you need to embrace the spotlight. And you might be receiving information from different sources. You could be receiving information from the internet, or you could be receiving information from different people or spirit in your dreams. Whatever it is, you're going to be getting information and inspiration. Also with the Eight of Fire, this is a time of sudden travel. This could be something that you choose to do, or this could be put upon you quickly. But whatever it is, it's going to happen quickly. So it's going to be like a last-minute decision or last-minute invitation or necessity for you for sudden travel. And an unexpected level of success is going to be brought to you as well. And then what we're going to do is we have our last... what I've got is I've got another deck that I'm going to be using. It's by Tony Carmine Salerno, and the deck is called the Spirit Oracle. I'll show it to you. This is it here. And what it is the cards have a message on the back of each card, and there's a picture on the front of it. So I'm not able to like just put them down and not know what they are. I know what they're going to be as soon as I see them. So I decided to shuffle the cards, and when the cards, I said to Spirit, whichever it is that we're meant to see, whichever the cards that are going to be most appropriate for people, we're going to allow the cards to fly out of the deck. I'm going to move from this because they're going to be doing pictures, so I'm going to be going to a different location. So I'm going to show you guys some stuff, and I'll move to a different spot because these people are going to be taking pictures. So we'll go down. We'll walk along. You guys can come with me, and we'll go down to where the goats are. There's a little table, and I'll show you the last of the cards. this place has gotten all of a sudden really busy, and they're going to be taking pictures. I'll tell you if you take a look here first before I show you the last cards. So we've got the water wheel and got the giraffe totem. You see this big metal giraffe here? The giraffe totem speaks about, see how beautiful? The giraffe totem speaks about, you know what's coming in the future. You can see ahead of yourself and you know what's coming. So trust it. So it's basically talking about trusting in your higher self and your intuition. Over there we've got the goats and little kids. They've got Ariel and Belle and all of the little Disney characters over there, and the little kids are getting their pictures taken. That's why we needed to move from that location. I'm going to have you walk through the nursery with me, because as I was walking through the last time, I saw hummingbirds. Listen to these bells. This is why you want to come out in nature. Listen to that. Lions, courage, moving forward, determination, powerful leaders. This is my idea of heaven, coming out in the forest, waterfalls. To the little gypsy wagon. Makes me laugh. Somebody said I should be sitting there doing my readings in that little gypsy wagon. Isn't that cute? The crows. I'm going to take you over here into the forest. Let's go into the wild bird sanctuary. While I'm walking along, I'll tell you, if you want to follow me, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Google+, I'm on Sherry Columbus Angels Whisper, Angels Whisper Sherry Columbus, and I'm on YouTube, where all these videos go. There's my little green car over there. And if you want to follow me, you can subscribe on YouTube, and that way the videos come to you when they're completed and you'll get them. And what's really neat is going back and listening to the videos after they've been posted and after they've been there for a while, because sometimes the messages that we get don't come right away. Sometimes they are a few days later or a week later, or sometimes even a couple of months before things start to manifest. And so it would be a time good for you to sit and go through them and then allow yourself to see what the messages say to you when they come at a different time. I did that this morning too. And when they come, you're going to get the messages that you're supposed to get when you get them. And you'll find yourself listening, and it doesn't matter what it is, when it is that you do it. You're going to get the messages and you're going to think, oh my gosh, this is so exactly what I needed right now, because that's the way it works with spirit. I'm dropping things everywhere. Okay, so these cards, it's kind of noisy up here. I think I'm gonna walk us down away from the road. Let's go down into these little trees. You can walk with me. I'm sorry we had to leave the gazebo, but I was making everybody wait, and I thought everything's happening as it's meant. It was funny, people sat there listening to me as I was talking, and I thought, well, they were supposed to hear what they were supposed to hear, right? But then I thought, okay, let's be a little bit kind and allow them to do their little photo shoots here, because this is a public place as well. Okay, so the messages that we're going to do, this is how I'm going to work. The reason that I chose them the way that I did, I shuffled the deck, like I said, I shuffled them, and because I know the pictures and I know the messages that are going to come, my eye's going to choose what I want to choose, because I'll look down and I know what that is, and so then I choose that card. So I wanted it to be what Spirit wanted us to focus on, and what was the most important thing that would help the most people. So I sat and I shuffled the deck, and there's like 48 cards, and I kept moving through the deck and moving through the deck, and I said to Spirit, I'm going to allow you to throw out the cards that we're meant to have. And so that's what I did. I waited, I went through, and I said, I'm going to take several. You tell me when to stop. So we've got several cards, and I'm just going to read. I'm going to show you the picture, and then I'm going to read what they say. I'm not going to give you a message on any of them. I'm not going to give you an impression of anything. I just want you to listen to it and see how it resonates and how it works for you, and how your higher self and spirit say that this applies to you, for you in your life. Okay? So this is what we're going to do. The first card that comes is soulmate. Love, partnership, magnetic attraction between two people, union. You discover a deeper sense of self through a relationship with another. Speak your truth. Stand up for what you believe in, regardless of the consequences. Speak your truth, regardless of what others may think. It's time to stand in your own power. Shine for all the world to see. What I will say is you're going to notice that how these coordinate with the messages that we got today, and with the story that I told actually as well. It's interesting. The next one we have is positive outcome. There is hope. Don't give up now. Have faith. Trust. The forces of love are at work behind the scenes. Expect a joyous and positive outcome. Honesty. Love, compassion, and truth will heal the present situation. Be honest with yourself. Discover what it is that you truly desire. Then speak your truth clearly. Always speak with love and compassion, and know that the truth will never harm anyone when spoken from a place of love. Kuan Yin. She is the goddess of compassion. Enjoy the journeys of life. Be not afraid of its mysteries. Take a chance and follow your heart, for you are being guided by an angel. If you've been wavering about proceeding with something that is dear to your heart or dear to you, then this is your confirmation. Just do it. Healing. Healing. Positive transformation is occurring on a soul level. The answer to your question is yes. Good news. Good news is coming your way. Something beautiful is about to manifest. Feelings of elation like you're on a cloud. It's time to celebrate all the wonder and beauty in your life. And the last one, passion. Love, sexual energy, passions aroused, vital life force, kundalini, the sun, giver of life, strength, a gift, new infusion of energy, something beyond your control, surrender. So now what I do want to say about these cards, as I said, I'm not going to give you any explanations for them. I'm not going to give my opinion. But what I am going to say is that, as I said before, when Spirit tells us something, trust what they're saying. You know, there's been a something that a lot of people, most people are raised with this belief that you're not to expect, don't expect too much. You know, they say don't expect, if you don't expect something, you won't be disappointed. And Spirit has a completely different way of looking at that. Spirit is saying expect miracles, expect things to happen. So if they say good news is on its way, good news is on its way. If they're asking you to speak your truth honestly, speak your truth honestly. They're not going to be giving you this advice if this is something that's not good for you. If they're saying to you that there's a healing occurring right now, there is a healing occurring. It's on a soul level. The answer to your question that you've been concerned with and you've been worried about is yes. As we got in our reading, it's going to be a time of, possibly for some of us, where we're going to have to be giving more of ourselves in a compassionate, loving way. So here comes Kuan Yin saying again, don't be afraid. This is also about taking a leap. Remember with the goats, take a leap of faith. Don't be afraid. Follow your heart. If you need to speak, speak. If you've been worrying and wondering about moving forward, do it. Talked about sudden travel, remember? Honesty. Again, speaking your truth, speaking clearly without fear, like I did this morning, but always with love and compassion. Because when you speak in that way, it can't hurt anybody, right? You're not doing this with expectation. You're doing this for yourself. You're doing this with for yourself. This is how I feel. You're entitled to your beliefs and your feelings, and you're speaking from your heart. What somebody else does with it, if you know, that's their deal. But when you come from a place of love and compassion, it's always good. And not to give up hope and have faith, because what's going on behind the scenes, you're not sure, you don't know, but Spirit's saying there are things that are going on behind the scenes, and there's a positive outcome to all of this. So I did give a little bit of an explanation, but I didn't want to go into, you know, tell me, I guess I did. I guess I kind of gave you an idea of a way to look at it. But I want you to allow it to settle with what it means to you, how it resonates with you in your heart. And that's it. It's so dark in here, I can't really see you very well. So I wanted to say thank you very much for bearing with me as I cruise around in this place. I'm going to get you to take one more look around in here. It's so pretty. And then I'm going to let you go. Thank you for joining me. It's always my pleasure. I love doing this. It's very important to me. This is definitely my soul's path. And I appreciate you tuning in. And I hope that this has been a benefit to you. It's always a benefit to me. I always have messages that they're always a message to me. Every time I do a reading, it's a message to me as well. So that's it. I'll let you go. You guys have a wonderful day, and thank you, and we will speak again. Blessings.